This is Terrance of Terrance Hill TV. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by DoubleETV over the digital airways of YouTube. Yes, DoubleETV, epic, elevate the vision. Let's do it.
Well, I hope you are ready for epic elevation. DoubleETV.
Say no more, go get the bag, go get the cake, go get the cheese, and say no more. Say no more, say no more, say no more. Say no more. What's going on, y'all? This is Terrance. I want to welcome you to this episode of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by DoubleETV over the digital airways of YouTube. Today, we're here to react to one of my favorite songs off of Ghostface Killah's new album, Supreme Clientele 2. I would say this is my favorite song. This is featuring Method Man. It's called You Are My Friend, or You're My Friend. All right, before we get into the reaction of the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well to be notified whenever new content is uploaded. Check out the community section where you guys can vote on friendly debates and polls, and also check out our product section. And we do have the comment that is pinned in the live chat and is also in the program description box where you can click on the link and order some merch and support the channel that way as well. All right. But yeah, I've been bumping Supreme Clientele 2. There were other albums I needed to get to review, but I just had a hard time doing that because I enjoyed Supreme Clientele 2 so much. What was the album I listened to on the way? Oh, yeah. I got a chance to listen to Chance the Rapper. So I've been putting that off for a minute. I was supposed to get to it the same weekend I checked out Supreme Clientele, but I couldn't because I was just stuck on Supreme Clientele. But I went to Atlanta, got a chance to listen to Chance's album. He has a good project as well. All right, right now it is all about Ghostface Killah and Method Man. You're My Friend. Let's check it out. Love this song. It's fire.
You know, this goes out to all the good friends in the world. You know, when you're there for a person, that person is there for you all around the board. You know what it is. You know automatically, because y'all spirits connect. Yo, if you so-called my friend, would you give me a kidney? Hold on now, I know you go to war with me. If I die, will you still stop by the crib to check on my kids without fucking my whiz?
Now, I got to tell y'all this quick story. That opening line, if you my so-called friend, would you give me a kidney? You know, it's so crazy. I was working out at the gym and me and this guy was talking. He told me someone who literally got a kidney from someone and they messed up that kidney as well. I was like, oh my God, that's wild. But yeah, I like that lyric. If you my so-called friend, would you give me a kidney? Hold on, no. I know you'll go to war with me. All right. If I die, would you stop by the crib to check on my kids without effing my whiz? In other words, not trying to get with this woman, would you just go by with good intents to check on me? Would you hold me down if I so happen to transition? Powerful, man. Powerful lyrics.
The war with me. If I die, will you still stop by the crib to check on my kids without fucking my whiz? You my friend, right? Stop playing, Ghost. You my friend, right? You stop playing. Would you slide them a few ones if they get hungry? Even if it's your last little bit of money?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel what he's saying. You know, like if you love someone, I mean, obviously it's your responsibility to make sure you have stuff set up for your children, you know, as well. But obviously, you know, if you really love and care about someone, you obviously do everything you can, for your homies' children if something was to happen to your friend.
My friend, right? You stop playing. Would you slide them a few ones if they get hungry? Even if it's your last little bit of money? Would you think about me? Still pray for me? On my birthday, bake a little cake for me. Look at our pictures, go to my gravesite. Like once a year, I'll be alright. You my friend, right? We don't pretend, right? Let's keep it real around the board. We all men, right? Would you feed me if I was in a wheelchair? Visit me every day cause you still care?
That's deep. Would you feed me if I was in a wheelchair? Like, it's easy to be friends if everybody's on top, everybody's doing well. But if someone was paralyzed or something, tragic happened, would you still, with that friendship still be as tight as you think it would be? And that's powerful questions, man, because even if in this case, it's like a brotherhood, but even if it was like the opposite, if you were married to someone or you were in a relationship with someone, and people go to the altar and say, I do love through sickness, health, all this stuff. But, oftentimes people are not going to do all that stuff like they claim.
Would you feed me if I was in a wheelchair? Visit me every day cause you still care? You say you love me. Brother, I love you. I'll push you out the way, then take a slug for you. That's if I love you. That's what real brothers do. Look at me, nigga, I fucks with you. Yeah, I love niggas, but that be the same love that I tell my bitches. I'm all about the love with the cool E, not the little fake shit with the UV.
I like that. I like that bar. I'm all about the love with the cool E, not the fake S with the UV. That's dope. That's dope.
Tell my bitches, I'm all about the love with the cool E, not the little fake shit with the UV. Feel me though?
We brothers to the sun, till the last breath in our lungs and 2 glasses of bitter stuff. Pray someone to lean on when times is rough. Trustworthy with a bag, never stealing a book. We ought to have them pray.
Yeah. Guys, let me know in the comment section who is doing the hook there. Is that Clarence Carter? It sounds like Clarence Carter on the where they got the sample from, but I'm not 100% sure. So I definitely want to get some clarification of who's singing on that hook. But I love that voice and what he's saying. Friend, we brothers to the sun burn up, to the last breath in our lungs and 2 glasses of bitter scotch. Friend, someone to lean on when times is rough. Trustworthy with a Mac, never steal, and above that, well to have them friends. So, and Meth is about to go crazy,
Never stealing a book. We ought to have them friends.
Yeah, you my friend, right? Through thick and thin, right? Closest kin, so we ain't gotta pretend, right? Friends to the end, even if those ends don't end right. Send me them ends if I'm in the pen, I'll sing kites.
Okay, yeah, you my friend, right? Through thick and thin, right? Closest kin, so we ain't gotta pretend, right? Friends to the end, even if those ends don't end right. Send me them M's. If I'm in the pen, I send kites. So in other words, hey, you really my friend? But yeah, man, I mean, this song it'll definitely touch you, man, if you listen to it. It have you kind of thinking about some friendships and people in your life. Are they really your friend?
Right? Through thick and thin, right? Closest kin, so we ain't gotta pretend, right? Friends to the end, even if those ends don't end right. Send me them ends if I'm in the pen, I'll sing kites. Day one, since little ones, we spend nights. But mothers is one to stop the fun and end fights. We men, right? Sometimes we fight, we friends, right? Acting all light skin and you ain't even that skin tight.
Acting all light skin, you're not even that skin tight. That's fire. I like that bar too. He says, day one, since little ones, we spend nights. But mothers is waiting to stop the fun and end fights. So in other words, they've been friends forever, even back when, you remember back in the day, you have your home, your friends spend the night or whatever, there was kind of like a part of the family, they'll come over for dinner from time to time. And, you know, your friend would go on trips with your family and stuff like that. So I can definitely, you know, relate to what he's talking about.
If I'm in the pen, I'll sing kites. Day one, since little ones, we spend nights. But mothers is one to stop the fun and end fights. We men, right? Sometimes we fight. We friends, right? Acting all light skin and you ain't eating that skin tight. You probably get all in your feels now.
Won't you?
You're probably wishing looks could kill now.
Don't you?
Picture that. We go back like old Max. 4 flats on a Cadillac, loading up boat straps.
Okay. You probably get all in your feels now, won't you? You probably wishing looks could kill now, don't you? I like how you kind of set that up. Picture that. We go back like old Max, 4 flats on the Cadillac, loading up old straps. So, I mean, you know, I heard Coop on Hip Hop Talks. You know, I watched that from time to time. When I saw him and I think the guy name is Andrew, they were, you know, talking about the Supreme Clientele album review. And Coop talked about Ghostface being a good teammate. At that time, I hadn't heard the album, but in other words, like he knew this beat would be perfect for Ghostface Killah, he knew this beat would be perfect for Method Man, and Ghostface is a good teammate to make sure when he does, you know, whenever he's doing features with people, to put them in the best position that's going to match their cadence and match their voice and tone and all that. So I definitely agree. You know, I think this is like the perfect song to have Method Man on.
Friends, right? Acting all light skin and you ain't eating that skin tight. You probably get all in your feels now.
Won't you?
You're probably wishing looks could kill now.
Don't you?
Picture that. We go back like old Max. 4 flats on a Cadillac, loading up boat straps. Cause you my friend, right? Life has a price, just making sure you spin right. When
life has a price, just making sure you spin right. That's hard.
Kill now. Don't you? Picture that. We go back like old Max. 4 flats on a Cadillac, loading up boat straps. Cause you my friend, right? Life has a price, just making sure you spin right. When men fight, they spin the block to end life. You spin the block and show you hit them, then spin twice. No.
That's fire, man. He says, when men fight, they spin the block to end life. You spin the block, ensure you hit them, then spin twice. Oh, man. He's going crazy.
Spin the block to end life. You spin the block and show you hit them, then spin twice. No insight, we ain't see the signs for thin ice. Sensitive types, beware tigers with thin stripes. Friends to the end, even if those ends don't end right. I'm staying close to my skin folk, we skin tight. Makes sense, right? From car hearts and steel toes to stealing holes in each other's clothes, we still bros. Wish you was here though. Drop a tear for the years, bro. Been years since I heard from my peers. Where did the years go?
We brothers till the sun burn up, till the last breath in our lungs and 2 glasses of Guinness. Pray someone to lean on when times is rough. Trustworthy with a bag, never stealing a buck. We ought to have them friends.
Yeah, man, fire, man. I love that song. It's a lot of good songs on this album. You know, Georgie Porgy. Love the record with Nas. What's the one with Nas? Love Me Anymore. Candyland. I think the Zoom is the one with the Commodore sample. Rap Kingpin. That's gotten better every time I listen to it. MOP sample 420. I mean, this is a great album. So, you know, salute to Ghostface Killah. I would probably say, honestly, I think this is I say a top 5 album of the year. Seriously, I still probably would lean towards Freddie Gibbs as having the best rap album, but if it isn't him, it's definitely Clips. Freddie's kind of like 1-2. I'm definitely saying Ghostface has a top 5 album for sure. But yeah, I mean, I really love this album. Let me know your favorite songs on the album. And before we get out of here, those want to follow me on other social media sites, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok, all at I'm in the Hills. Those who want to donate to our efforts, the Cash App and Venmo are both I'm in the Hills, IMINTHAHILLZ. If you're watching on YouTube, you can support with a super chat and also check out both of my websites. My media company is DoubleETV. That website is www.doubleetv.com. That's with 2 E's. That stands for Epic Elevate the Vision. And my music website is www.terrancehill.com. Please connect with me on all social media sites. All right, speaking of music, I do have a new project coming real soon, so be on the lookout for that. Got songs being mixed and mastered, working on a video treatment, so that's coming real soon. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Want to tell you about a couple things before we get out of here. We do have merch. You can find this pinned in the comment section. Also, the program description box, there's a link. You guys can order some merch and support this particular channel that way. All right. We do have a community section where you guys can vote on friendly debates and polls and let your voices and opinions be heard there. So definitely go in there and vote today. All right. We do want you guys to donate. We have a Cash App and Venmo, both I'm in the Hills. The PayPal is WETV101. Remember, that's with 2 E's. We do have a weekly top 10 show that comes on every Friday where we go through the top 10 videos of the week. Definitely check out the latest episode of our weekly top 10. And then on Thursdays, we're going to start doing something called Double E Music Hour, where we go through some of the hottest videos of the week. So be on the lookout for a new episode of that. And if you're a Prince fan, go to Facebook, type in Purple Nation, and join 13,000 people where I am the page administrator. We talk about the life and legacy of Prince, but definitely be a part of this community by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell, and connecting with this page and channel. I really, really appreciate it. All right. But yeah, Ghostface Killah, man, Supreme Clientele 2. Love the album, been bumping it nonstop, and there's a lot of good albums out. So the year is starting to get better, in my opinion, as far as projects go, because there was a minute where it was like, oof, you know, but like I said, it's starting to pick up. I think next I'm going to check out Earl Sweatshirt. I think it's probably the next album I need to check out, but yeah, I'm very excited. But I think I started one song, but it was so late. I didn't want to listen to it that late. So I'll get into Earl probably sometime today. All right. I really appreciate you guys for, rocking with us. We had a great time. And I will see you guys next time. All right.
And why mess up a good thing? And that's that.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it